feeling motivated, it's January, you sit down and you write out your goals for the new year. You're excited, you see your future self just crushing these goals. Put those goals in the drawer. Tick tock, you go through your year. Now it's December. Oh, I made some goals. Ooh, dusty. Now you're wondering, how come I didn't hit these? How come this didn't happen? This is going to be a mess to clean up later. Anyway, sound familiar? Sound like you? Sound like me? Yes, very much. Here's the hard truth. Writing down your goals like it's a Christmas list and then just like throwing them in the drawer or putting them in wherever and then never looking at them, never focusing on them, never even doing anything to try to do those goals. Like, Santa's not going to bring them. We're going to talk about writing down your goals. It is important to write down your goals because research shows that when you do write down your goals, you're 42% more likely to hit those goals. I have my laptop here. I'm kind of like going through what I wrote down. I can kind of stay on track because I have a tendency to, wander off. One thing, which I already erased them off here, is that your goals are too vague. Like it had lose weight, save money, read books, okay? That how much weight do you want to lose? What do you want it to be by? Like, it needs to be more detailed and have a timeline and all that. And also people tend to have too many goals. They'll write down like 20 things that they want to change over the next new year. What I want to do is like kind of break down a better goal setting system than just writing down 20 vague things that you want to change in 2026 and then never doing anything about it. Just putting it in a drawer, and next year you pull it out and you're like, I've done none of those things. Some of them I didn't even want to do. Some of them I really wish I would have done. Just like, this is what we're going to do. First of all, we want to write down some goals that we want to hit in 2026. Your main target goals for this year. Now, when you write these down, you want to be like, we're going to check off some boxes. We want them to be very clear, not vague, not wishy-washy, crystal clear. Not, I want to lose weight. It needs to be, I want to be this amount of weight. Be specific. Give me numbers, give me dates, give me detail. I want to be this amount of weight by this date. Be realistic. Like, yes, you want to dream big, but if you've never made $100,000 in your life, setting a goal in 2026 to make $1 million is a little bit unrealistic. I mean, can it be done? It's the exception, it's not the rule. Let's make it challenging, but not like completely unrealistic. It needs to be measurable also. You want to be able to track it and see the progress. You want to have the end goal and where you are, and you want to be able to track that progress throughout the year. Also, it needs to be believable to you. If you don't think that you can do it, then You're never going to have the passion to do it. You're never going to have the energy to do it. You have to believe that you can do it. And if you don't, like, maybe there's some other things you need to work on before you work on those goals. You need to know why you want this goal. Like, you need to be passionate about it because things get really hard, and you need to know what your why is, so you can keep going. Instead of having a goal of, I want to lose weight. Let's say let me get my little marker out here. I want to be 150 pounds by 12/31/26. Okay? Now that's specific. I got a number, 150. I got a deadline, December 31st, 2026. I can measure that, I can track it. All right, how many goals should you actually have? I'm gonna say 3 goals for the year. You could do 3 to 5, but like 3 goals for 2026, and then like goals number 4 and 5 could be like long-term, like long-term goals, like a 3-year, 5-year plan. Let's say goal 1 is I want to weigh 150 pounds by December 31st, 2026. Goal 2, I want to save $12,000 by January 1st, 2027. Goal 3, I want to read 50 books in 2026. Those 3 goals are all 2026 goals. They're all detailed, they're all measurable, okay? And then some other goals, like I want to make partner at my job by 2030. I want to quit my corporate job and work full-time for myself by 2027. Like, those are things that that you could be working towards, but they're not your main 2026 goals. We've got some short-term, we've got some long-term. We're going to focus on, I'm gonna kind of look at this one today. We're going to focus on this. I want to be 150 pounds by December 31st, 2026. I've picked the number, I've picked the date. Now we want to look at researching. You can't just, you need to kind of look at some things, brainstorm some things. You're going to be changing your life. Some questions, because you want to figure out like how much time it's going to take you each day, each month, how much money it's going to cost you. Like, are you going to join a gym? Are you going to hire a chef? You're going to get a nutritionist? Like, how much money are you putting into this? And how much effort? Let's look at, when am I going to work out? Let's look at that. Am I going to work out first thing in the morning? Am I going to work out in the evenings? Am I going to work out on my lunch break? How often? 2 times a week, 3 times a week? And what am I going to do? How long? 30 minutes, an hour? We want to kind of look at that. Okay, I'm going to just put 1 hour, 3 times a week. Am I doing meal prep? That takes time too. Are you going to have someone, are you going to order food? Are you going to make food? My cat is going to knock the camera off because she's a loony. What are you doing? Money questions. Do I need to join a gym? Or can I work out at home? Will my grocery bill change? Are you going to be eating healthier stuff? What do you eat now? Like, what do you spend your money on now? Is your grocery going to be the same? Is it going to be less? Is it going to be more? Do you need to buy a food scale? That I would recommend, honestly. Do you need to buy a regular scale? Should you hire a nutritionist, personal trainer? Do you need any kitchen equipment for any new foods that you're going to be making? And then let's look at effort and practices. What exactly do I need to do? Eat healthy? Okay, but what does that mean? Do I need to eat in a calorie deficit? What kind of workouts? Cardio, strength training? Should I be walking more? Should I drink more water? Am I tracking my macros? What about sleep? How does that factor in? We've talked about the research that we're going to do from time, money, effort, and now let's talk about people. Because people being in really help you. People can help you or hinder you with your new goals. Are you getting a personal trainer? That's a person that can help you. Are you getting a nutritionist? That's a person that can help you. How about a gym buddy? Person to go to the gym with, even if it's just one time a week or something like that. Or an accountability partner, someone that you're going to text or call once a week and check in and be like, oh, I went to the gym 3 times this week. I just want to, and that person can, whatever their goals are, they can say, oh, well, I saved $50 this week, whatever their goal is. An accountability partner, someone that you can chit chat with and kind of go, be a little cheerleader. And this is where the magic happens. You're not just saying, I want to lose weight. You're mapping out your entire journey. Now we're going to get to systems. This is where goals kind of become reality. We're going to break them down. What can you do right now? You want to lose weight right now. What can you do? You don't have a gym membership yet, but this is your goal. What are we going to do right now? You can go for a walk. You could go for a 45-minute walk every day, starting right now, today. Go for a walk. You could drink more water. You could start counting your calories. You can either do it on paper or with a free app. There's all kinds of ways you can do that. You do probably need to get a food scale to do that. I mean, you can do it with measuring cups and stuff, but it's really a lot more efficient with the food scale. What can you start doing in the next hour or today that would start getting you on this weight loss journey? We could track your water intake every day, log your calories every day, count your steps every day. If you don't have a watch or the ring or whatever anybody has, you can go online, and if you're walking on a treadmill or a walking pad or outdoors, you can kind of do the math, have ChatGPT or whatever do the math of if I walk at 3.5 miles an hour for 45 minutes, how many steps is that? And it'll tell you. Consistency is everything. You're okay, what can I do today? I can go for a walk. Well, that doesn't mean you go for a walk today and then you never walk again. Consistency. You need to get up and go walk every day. Okay. Intensity. This is optional, but if you want to hit your goal faster, cut the time down or whatever. Maybe you work out and walk. Maybe you go hardcore on your nutrition plan. You don't really need the level 3. I mean, because you don't want to burn yourself out. But if you want to kind of get yourself hyped up and see some results, then you could kind of go a little bit hardcore. But I feel like that's just going to burn you out. All right, now we're going to map out the journey from point A to point B. Where are you now? And we're going to be super duper brutally honest about where we are now. Let's say this is our goal. This is our timeline. For 1/1/26, we are at 200. I'm just doing the math that's easy to round because I'm not great at math. I'm going to do the round ones. And then by 20/31/26, we want to be at 150. We're at 200 now. We want to be at 150. This is where we are now. You're at 200. You want to be at 150. Okay, we also want to look at your limitations. This is kind of important. If you have any health issues, any disabilities, what kind of obstacles that may come up along the way. You know, those are things that you need to factor in to your health journey. Like, you don't want to go on a 50-pound weight loss journey without like consulting your doctor if you have like heart issues. Like, you need to, like, I know that health journey, my cats are fighting in the background, of course. Normally they sleep all afternoon, but no, not today. Recording a podcast, let's fight in the background. You want to, you know what your disabilities, your limitations, your obstacles might be. Say you're going on a vacation, you know, during this year, or something's coming up during this year that's is going to be an obstacle to like stay on track with your calorie counting. Or most places, if you're going on vacation, like they have a gym or something, you could still work out if you choose to. That's something that you might want to take into consideration, so that you make sure that you're probably, you know, not going to do those things that week you're on vacation, or that 2 weeks or month or whatever you're doing. You know, you're going to have to consider that a null and void week, 2 weeks, or whatever. Okay. You also want to look at, I don't know if you travel for work, if you have kids, like, are you going to, you know, you're going to get up earlier, you're going to get up later, if you have an injury that you're working around. It's not to make excuses, it's just to be realistic to know like what you can and can't do. Okay, this is your roadmap, so you can see exactly where you are and exactly where you need to go. Here's what I want to do this week. Not next month, this week. We're going to write down our goals for 2026. I would pick 3. I like to pick, like, I've seen these things where people pick like they have a goal for health, a goal for wealth, and a goal for purpose. That's kind of what I did for 2026. I have a goal for my health, I have a goal for my wealth, and I have a goal for my purpose in life. I really like that kind of, because you're kind of like hitting all areas of your life. Not all areas, but you know, I mean, your health and your money is pretty important. Purpose is important. I like, my 2026 goals are kind of based around those 3 things, and I only made 3 goals. But you can do 3 to 5, you know, whatever you want to do. I think you should really try to focus on 3 tops, you know, because you're really going to probably put a lot of focus into one more than the other. Like, if you're doing something for weight loss, you're probably you're going to be doing things every day. If you're doing something for money, you're probably going to be doing that once a week or twice a month or monthly, depending on like your pay. If you're doing like the book reading, you know, that may be something you do every day, but you're going to maybe track it monthly. The big focus, if those were your 3 goals, is going to be the weight loss journey. Okay. Let me see, I kind of lost my place. We're going to write down the goals that we want for 2026. We're going to make them clear. We're going to make them specific. 1 to 3 or 3 to 5. For each goal, do your research. How much time are you going to put into those goals? How many days a week do you want to work out? How long do you want to work out? Are you going to work out at all? Are you just going to, like, are you going to go to the gym? Are you going to take walks? That kind of thing. Food prep. That takes time too. Like, sometimes I do food prep on Sunday. How much money is it going to cost you? Are you going to join a gym? Do you need new sneakers if you're going to be going walking or whatever? And then effort. And we're going to write all this down. We're going to do our research. Oh, also the practices and the people. We went over those. Sorry. I'm getting lost. For each goal, identify what you can do right now. You have your goals. You've done your research. What are you going to do today after you watch this video? What are you going to start doing today to hit that goal? That's it. That's your homework. Here's what I want to do next week. We're going to take it a little bit further. We're going to break down some step-by-step processes to get where we want. What I'm going to do next week is take this date. Sorry, I have these backwards. Oh, wait. No, here. I'm going to take where I'm at now and where I want to be, and we're going to work backwards to see like what we need to do each like quarter, each month, each week, each day, and then we can work our way forwards. Then we can start taking action and working our way forwards, like reverse engineering our goals. That's kind of what next week is going to be called, is reverse engineering our goals. We're going to take where we want to be and where we are, and we're going to work backwards to what we need to do, and then we can start and working forwards. I don't know if that makes sense. What I want you to kind of think about over the next week is the goals that you want to work on for 2026, and do your research, and for your time, your money, your effort, your practices, people that you could have involved. And we're going to, I'll probably take 2 of those goals that we wrote down. Probably take the weight one and the money saving one. The I want to be 150 pounds by 12/31/2026, and the I want to save $12,000 by 1/1/2027. I'm going to take those 2 goals next week, and we'll work them backwards from the goal to where we are now, and see what we need to do on a quarterly, monthly, weekly, daily basis to hit those goals. If you've already thought about like what your number 1 goal is that you're going to work on for 2026, drop it in the comments, because I love to hear what everybody's doing for their goals. I know a lot of people, do weight loss goals or fitness goals or money goals. I know those are main ones, but everybody has their own life and everybody has their own goals. I'm just curious of what everyone is trying to accomplish in 2026. I'm I'm on a fitness journey right now that I've been on since earlier in 2025, and I have a goal for weight and muscle fitness type thing that I'm working towards. I have a wealth goal that I'm working on, which is investing in some different things and high yield savings accounts and things like that, bringing in some extra income from side jobs and that kind of thing to try to bump up my investments and my savings. I kind of have goals like that. And then I have like purpose goals of podcast. Hello, we're doing a podcast. And some social media stuff that I'm kind of trying to change around. Social media, more me and more branded, I guess, where it has like the podcast on it. It also has the book club on it. It also has my main job, which is in the mortgage business, on it. I'm just trying to kind of make my social media more, which I only have Instagram. I'm trying to make that more of my life, of what I'm doing, things I'm working towards, my fitness goals, my mortgage work goals, my podcast stuff. And then my biggest one is working on this podcast. Like, that is something I'm doing new this year. I'm hoping it'll help with my speaking, my creative side, my video editing. It's a purpose. It's a purpose goal. I'm really excited about that. If you would, drop your goal down in the comments and subscribe. You'll get a notification when the podcast drops next week. My plan is to drop podcasts on Wednesdays at 6 a.m. Central Standard Time. And that's the plan. Yes, I'm super excited. Thank you so much for watching this, and Happy New Year, and thank you.